Question: are you familiar with this trimmer? If you're not, I'm about to give you my review and tutorial on how I use it to trim my beard. Stick around. Fellas, welcome back. It's Robert, your everyday gentleman. Okay, so for the last few years, I've been doing my beard myself as far as grooming and trimming. So I'm pretty confident in my skills using a trimmer. I've actually done a tutorial like this before. I'll put a link right here in case you want to check that old video out. Now that video is a little outdated. It's with the old tool that I used to use, which was a Norelco one blade, and then also just a regular wall clipper. But I recently switched to the Brio Beardscape, and I'm going to give you not only a tutorial on how I use it to trim my beard this way, but also my review on the product itself. Now this isn't a sponsored video, and Brio didn't even send me a trimmer for me to review. I spent my own money to purchase this product, but honestly, regardless of whether a company sends me a product or I pay for it myself, you can be assured that I'm going to give you my fully honest and unbiased opinion. And I'll make sure to leave a link down below in case you want to check out the trimmer for yourself. Now, if you're new to this channel, I want to welcome you. If you're interested in things like men's style, grooming, fragrances, fitness, cigars, whiskey, and other topics that are for just the everyday man, then this might be the place for you. Consider subscribing and joining the growing EG family. And if you're already a member, I want to thank you for your continued support. And now, let's jump into it. Okay, first things first, get your blow dryer and your comb. And all you're going to do is just kind of straighten out the beard a little bit. You're not trying to do too much here. Now the next thing, I grab the 9 guard with the 1.9 setting on the trimmer, and then I make sure I go in the direction downward. You don't want to go up, that trims it too much. I prefer the look of how it comes out when it goes in a downward direction, and then I use a comb just to kind of brush it out as I'm trimming it. Just kind of make sure that you catch as much of that hair as possible. All this really does is just get things set for when I hit it with shorter clips. Okay, so now I'm dropping down to the 6mm guard and switching to my beard brush. And then I'm again going downward direction, going to hit every part of my beard, but mainly this length is for my jawline and my chin. And then using that brush to just kind of brush out the hair again, making sure that you get all the hair trimmed. Now I'm switching this to the 3mm, still leaving the clippers themselves at the 1.9. Okay, 3. And now I'm going to focus a little bit higher on the cheek. I'm not going to go too low into my jaw. I'm just going to go downward again and just hit the cheeks, going towards my jawline and my mustache. Now when it comes to my mustache, I actually hit this in the upward direction. I like how it looks with everything pretty evenly trimmed. I go in the downward direction. I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but I go in a downward direction on everything else because to me it just gives it a little bit more of a natural look. Make sure you're cleaning those clippers as you're trimming. Now I've actually switched the clip guard to the 2mm now, and same thing like I did with the 3, only now I'm going a little bit higher. Basically what I'm trying to achieve is a bit of a fade from my jaw and my chin up to my sideburns. I also like to go a little shorter on the corners of my lower lip. Then I go and I switch it to the 1mm clip guard, and then I keep it at the 1.9mm on the trimmer itself. And then again, just going a little bit higher on the cheek line, again trying to achieve that fade. Now I drop that 1.9 to about 1.3 or 1.6, and again hit the cheek, just going a little bit higher than before. That's all you're really doing. And then I'm also using more of a corner of the trimmer itself as opposed to just laying it flat. Kind of helps to fade a little bit. And then last thing I do is bring it down to the 1, and then really it's just a very light touch at the very top by the sideburns, top of the cheek line, and you can see I've got a nice little transition from my sideburns to my jaw and my chin. And just brush it all out. Make sure you check it out and inspect your work. The brush also comes in handy if you have a bunch of hair on your body. And the last thing I do, if I don't have enough time to use a straight razor, is the one blade. The one blade is still pretty good for me. Helps to, keep my cheek lines and my neck lines looking, clean in a bit of a pinch when time is an issue. And the final touch, I gotta trim that mustache, make sure the hairs aren't going into my lip, because my wife does not like it when my mustache pokes her when I'm giving her a kiss. And gentlemen, make sure you're using some beard balm. Doesn't matter what brand you use. Some brands are better than others, but just make sure you're using a beard balm and a beard oil. Keep that beard looking fresh. Done. Now the Brio Beardscape isn't new to the scene. It's been around for a while, but it took me a while to pick it up because I was pretty satisfied with using my wall clippers and my Norco one blade. But honestly, using this Brio Beardscape has opened my eyes to what I've been missing. Number one, it's wireless. And my previous trimmer was with a cord, so that in itself is a plus. The battery life on this is awesome. It runs at different speeds and is very quiet, especially compared to my previous trimmer. Now the clipper itself has built-in adjustments allowing you to go from 1mm up to 1.9mm. On top of that, you get a variety of clip guards to attach. Each of those has two different length options on it, which helps save some clutter by reducing the total amount of clip guards that you need. Now one drawback, if you can call it that, is that the clip guards are a little bit tedious, a little bit difficult to attach to the trimmer. Now once you get the hang of it, it's a little bit easier, but it's still not as easy as other trimmers that I've used. Other than that though, this thing is pretty awesome. It has a ceramic blade that's actually harder than traditional stainless steel, also creates less friction, and also allows it to run quieter. Now the battery charges quickly, it lasts, like I said, for hours, and it comes with a cool little charging stand that looks good on any counter. It has a built-in LCD screen that provides a lot of information, including how much time is left on the battery, as well as the speed of the clippers, which is actually adjustable. Now I still use my one blade, but honestly, the only thing I really use it for now is to clean up my cheek lines and my neck lines, and that's only when I don't have enough time to use the actual straight razor, which right now time isn't a problem. Also, don't let the name Beardscape fool you. This thing is made for all your hair trimming needs, from your head to your body. I definitely recommend the Brio if you have a beard and you want to maintain and take care of it yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, the link is down below if you want to pick one up for yourself. Now, if you found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button and share it with anybody that you know that has a beard. Subscribe and tap that notification bell to join the growing EG family. And remember, being a gentleman is an everyday thing. Happy trimming, fellas.
We bop and hippity hop. I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa.